This is not only teaching you more about your game than you thought was possible, it's also going to help you unlock your full potential. And it's not just me saying that. Tiger Woods, Bryson DeChambeau, and hundreds of the golfers I've been coaching all say the same thing, and that this is something you should put into your game. Hey everyone, Max here, and when I coach players, I call this the Tiger Tee Challenge. And what the Tiger Tee Challenge is really just playing the golf course where you're playing the most often and playing it from the shortest tee possible. Tiger did this growing up. In fact, Tiger learned the game by starting close to the green, learning how to get the ball in the hole, and then eventually backing up until he was back at the tees. And let's just say that seemed to work quite well. Bryson talks about the same thing. He talks about getting used to scoring by playing the courses very short in order to get those birdie and eagle putts and kind of shifting your mental focus to help you. And we've all been there. Like having a birdie putt or an eagle putt or whatever it is, an important putt to us, getting used to putting in that situation, getting used to that is a big ask. But in order to get there, we need experience. And we call it the Tiger Tee Challenge because I help golfers shoot lower scores and improve their handicaps. And one thing the players come to me with the most often is like, well, I'm here. I want to get to this level right here, and I have no idea how to get there. Of course, we know that we need to play more, we usually need to practice more. Those are given. But how do we get the results, and how do we actually learn about our game and see what we can unlock? Because it's both evaluating the game and learning the game at the same time, giving us opportunities to learn more about parts that we probably are not seeing much of if we're playing the same tee over and over and over again. The people I'm helping are mostly men, which means that they're playing the men's tee or the yellows are about, let's say, 5,800 yards, somewhere around that. That's where they're pretty much playing all the time, and they've only played that distance for like the complete career of their golf game. And that gives them a very certain tee shot, that gives them a very certain second shot and everything like that. And most golfers like me, they're telling me that they need more distance, and if we're actually going forward, so if we're playing one or two tee boxes forward, you're gaining like 20 to 50 yards on each hole simply by doing that. So number one is that you're actually going to know by the time you've gone through the Tiger Tee Challenge if distance is actually something that's going to help you. Because if you're all of a sudden playing the course like 40 yards shorter on each hole and your score doesn't improve, then you know that the problem isn't really your distance, is it? If you're playing shorter and you're actually improving your score a lot, well, then probably distance is a part of your game. Because we're learning a whole lot. Now, if it's not distance, let's say that you are a player who's playing a lot shorter of a course and you're going around out there and you're not shooting a lower score, which you should, but if you're not, what does that tell us? Well, that tells us you need to put a lot more effort into the scoring aspect of things, and probably that your long game is not the problem. Because if you're playing a shorter course and you're adapting your plan to that shorter course, but you're not seeing the results of it, that should mean that we are not good enough in getting the ball in the hole, which means chipping, pitching, putting, even all the way out to like short irons into the greens need to be improved if we want to reach the score we would like to score. Because let's say, like, and this is very common, like I have golfers come to me, Max, I want to shoot below 80 for the first time. And I say, awesome, let's go out, let's play 9 holes or 18 holes from the shortest tee possible on your home course, and let's break 80 from there to start. And then they're telling me like, well, I don't want to break 80 from there, I want to break 80 from a regular tee, and I get that, I 100% do that. Like I want to break 70 from the back tees because I want to get to that challenge. I'm 100% with you. But in order to break, let's say that we have 5 tees, if I have like 450 or 450, I have 500, I have 550, and etc. If I want to break 80 from the middle tee, or like 550, and I go out from 450 and don't break 80, chances are that you're not going to break 80 from 550, right? Because you're making the game a lot harder by moving further back, and it's not all of a sudden going to become a lot easier. And again, if you're go from 550 to the back or the tips, you're not making anything but everything harder. And we want to make, again, we can do whatever we want if we were playing to have fun. If I want to go out and play the tips and I want to hit the driver all over the place, I want to have long clubs into the greens, that's awesome. But if we want to score, we're going to start in the right place. And that is playing more rounds of golf from the shorter tees to learn more about our game and kind of reach the level we want to reach from the tee I want to reach, but start from the shortest place possible. Make sure that you know if your distance or your scoring is the problem, and also build yourself up. Because if you know that, well, from 450, I broke 80. And then you go back to 500 and you broke 80 from there. Well, when you go back to 550 where you really want to break 80, chances are you're going to feel a lot more confident because you already done it twice, just a shorter golf course. Rather than just standing and hitting from the place that you're right now been doing for years. Start taking on the Tiger T challenge. Learn about your distance, learn about your scoring, and help yourself to unlock your full potential. And you're going to thank me, and your golf game is definitely going to thank me of doing this.